We'll live in a world where economies prosper.
A new wealth. We can be.
We must be
the first generation
to end extreme poverty.
The generation
most determined
to fight injustice and
inequalities.
The generation that saves the planet from climate change.
And this is how it will get done.
The global goals.
A 15-year plan
For everyone, everywhere.
with no one left behind.
We will live in a world
where nobody
anywhere
lives in extreme poverty.
Where no one
goes hungry.
where no one wakes in the morning
Asking if there will be food today.
We will live in a world where no child has to die.
Diseases we know how to cure.
And where proper health care
is a lifelong right for us all.
We will live in a world where
everyone goes to school
and education gives us the knowledge
and skills
for a fulfilling life.
We will live in a world where all girls and all women have equal opportunities
to thrive and be powerful and safe.
We cannot succeed if half the world is held back.
we will live in a world
Where all people can get clean water.
And proper toilets
at home, at school, and at work.
We will live in a world where there is sustainable energy for everyone.
Heat, light,
and power for the whole planet.
Without destroying the planet.
We'll live in a world where economies prosper.
A new wealth.
lead to decent jobs
for everyone.
And we will live in a world
where our industry,
our infrastructure and our
Best innovations
Are not just used to make money, but to make all our lives better.
we will live in a world
Where prejudices and extremes of inequality
Are defeated
Inside our countries,
And between different countries.
where people live in cities and communities
That are safe, progressive,
and support everyone who lives there.
where we replace
what we consume.
planet where we put back
What we take out of the earth.
We live in a world that is decisively rolling back the threat of climate
change.
where we restore and protect the life in our oceans and seas.
will restore
and protect
Life on land,
The forests,
animals,
the earth itself.
With peace between and inside countries.
where all governments are open.
And answer to us for what they do at home and abroad.
And the justice rules.
with everyone equal before the law.
where all countries and we their people
Work together.
partnerships of all kinds
To make these goals a reality.
These are the United Nations global goals.
for sustainable development.
Let's get to work.
Yes. Good evening.
We can
good
be.
afternoon.
We must be
the first generation
To end extreme poverty.
The generation
Most determined
To fight injustice
And inequalities.
The generation that saves the planet from climate change.
And this is how it will get done. The global goals
a 15-year plan
For everyone, everywhere.
with no one left behind.
We will live in a world
where nobody
anywhere
lives in extreme poverty.
Where no one
Goes hungry.
where no one wakes in the morning
Asking if there will be food today.
We will live in a world where no child has to die.
Diseases we know how to cure.
and where proper health care
is a lifelong right for us all.
We will live in a world where
everyone goes to school
and education gives us the knowledge
and skills
for a fulfilling life.
we will live in a world where all girls and all women have equal opportunities
To thrive and be powerful and safe.
We cannot succeed if half the world is held back.
we will live in a world
Where all people can get clean water.
And proper toilets
at home, at school, and at work.
We will live in a world where there is sustainable energy for everyone.
Heat, light,
and power for the whole planet.
Without destroying the planet.
We'll live in a world where economies prosper.
A new wealth.
lead to decent jobs
for everyone.
And we will live in a world
where our industry,
our infrastructure and our
Best innovations
Are not just used to make money, but to make all our lives better.
we will live in a world
Where prejudices and extremes of inequality
Are defeated
Inside our countries,
And between different countries.
where people live in cities and communities
That are safe, progressive,
and support everyone who lives there.
where we replace
what we consume.
planet where we put back
What we take out of the earth.
We live in a world that is decisively rolling back the threat of
climate change.
where we restore and protect the life in our oceans and seas.
We'll restore
and protect life on land,
The forests,
animals, the earth itself.
With peace between and inside countries.
Where all governments are open.
And answer to us for what they do at home and abroad.
And the justice rules.
with everyone equal before the law.
where all countries and we their people
Work together.
Partnerships of all kinds.
To make these goals a reality.
These are the United Nations global goals
for sustainable development.
Let's get to work.
Yes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're joining us this afternoon. You're welcome to AIIDEV Africa Teach4SDGs program. It's so nice to having you join us this afternoon. I can see a number of you joining us from different time zones, from different countries across different regions. I see quite a number of persons on this call. I think I can see Akim Olakpade from Nigeria. I can see Lanchia Donatus from Cameroon. I can see Ntege David from Uganda. Merkamo Tekliu from Ethiopia. I still can see another person, Salau from Nigeria. I have a whole lot of persons from different countries on this call this evening. You're welcome to this program. I see Richard from Zambia. I see Iganawe from Rwanda. I see, this is Njojo from Kogi State. You're all welcome. I see Eridon from Kenya. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. It's good to have you join us this very evening. This is AIIDEV Africa, and firstly, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you on this call this evening, because you being able to be here with us means that you have passed the screening phase onto the acceptance phase of the Teach4SDGs program of AIIDEV Africa. So on behalf of the leadership of AIIDEV Africa, it is my pleasure and delight to say a congratulations to you all. Now, this is AIIDEV Africa. We are the leading provider of sustainable solutions and sustainable development in Africa. And of course, through our diverse programs and projects, we have continued to pursue this objective of ours, and we are on the journey of raising several thousands of Africans who will become leading change makers of sustainable development and the sustainable development goals in Africa and beyond. So you're welcome joining us this evening. And myself, I am Mayowa Odioshun, the head of programs and operation at AIIDEV Africa. And also on this call this evening, you'll be opportune to see the regional coordinator of AIIDEV Africa, the person of Mr. Emmanuel Alowoyo, who would very soon be with you to share other important information with you also. And we also have a special guest with us on this call this evening, who you'll get to meet very soon also. And the person we have the honor of having with us this evening is Professor Ngozi Odiaka. I would get to introduce her to you the more later, but this is just we acknowledging our presence with us on this call this evening, and we are saying a warm welcome to you. Yes, Teach4SDGs program is one of the many programs of AIIDEV Africa, which has been specifically designed for teachers and educators in schools across the African continent. So, with this, it delights me to ask you, I feel like I am interested in knowing where is your school? We really want to know where our impacts are touching. So maybe, if you have the opportunity right in the chat there, we would love to know where your school is and where it is located. So you can just say AIIDEV International Secondary School, Ghana, something like that. Just right there with you on the chat to see the actions going on. I'm very sure that having our time with educators today, it's really going to be a fantastic one, because these are people who also inspires young folks to learn and inspire them and teach them to understand the things that are being taught to them. And we are also coming this evening to partner with you as educators to even extend the knowledge of sustainable development within your communities. Oh, someone says he's joining from Elmont International School in Abuja. Another person is joining from Litzatin School in South Africa. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. While we have that going on, I definitely know that while you were filling the form for this program, a lot of things would definitely be going on your mind. Maybe some of you have not even come across the Sustainable Development Goals before. Maybe this is your first time when you're seeing that topic, the SDGs. So I wouldn't know how much or how vast you're knowledgeable with the Sustainable Development Goals, but I can assure you that being on this program, by the end of this program, you will be living with the fullness of understanding of the Sustainable Development Goals. It doesn't matter what your knowledge is about the subject for now, but very soon, I can assure you that as we onward go in this program, you will be well equipped and empowered with the understanding of the Sustainable Development Goals. So with this being said, I think I want to know what your expectations are for this program. You can still do well as you're dropping your schools in the chat to put in what your expectation for applying to this program is in the chat. Just so it will help us to be able to tailor the all the preparations that we have and all the resources that we have to suit your individual need, even while we have ready-made modules for you. So it interests us as an organization to understand our participants and to know what what your cravings are, your expectations are from this project, so that it will help us to have a good time together. So while I'm trying to see what your expectations are in the chat, I want to take this time to officially and honorably welcome our special guest for this evening, who is amongst us. I would quickly introduce Professor Ngozi Odiaka to you, and just after the introduction, I would ask honorably that she opens the camera to deliver to you the kind words, the official speech for this opening ceremony. And I can assure you, one thing is certain: Professor Ngozi herself is, a senior educator. So you should know that we have brought to you the best hand for the job. So Ngozi Odiaka is an experienced professor with a demonstrated history of working in the higher education industry. She is very skilled in sustainability, horticulture, agriculture, and plant breeding. Strong operations professional with a Doctor of Philosophy focused in seed production, which is horticulture, from University of Ibadan, Nigeria. Beyond this, Professor Ngozi Odiaka is also the co-director of the Sustainable Development Solutions Network, which is the SDGs Nigeria. So we have the honor of having her this evening to be meeting with, our very good educators who have been lucky enough to be admitted into our Teach4SDGs program. And we are very honored to have you with us this evening, Professor Ngozi. Do you want to say hello to our audience, ma'am?
She's trying to reconnect. I think she just went off. So she's trying to reconnect.
Oh, great, great. While we're still waiting for her to join us, I think I'm impressed by the kind of expectations that I'm seeing from you. Of course, I should not be too surprised because these are educators here, and we should definitely expect that educators do the best. So I see someone here saying that his own expectation is to be an SDG champion and lead such impacts in his community. Another person is saying that he wants to have more knowledge on how to handle his learners and communicate the sustainable development goals to them. Another person, Juliet Oshu, is saying that I'm here to learn about the SDG and also how to inform my pupils. Great one, great one. Babangida Usman is saying that he wants to be a change agent in the school and his immediate community. That's fantastic. And I see Mamsa also saying that he wants to be a well-trained educator and get access to SDG 4, which is quality education, to achieve our goals. Yeah, Esther John is saying to gain and to share knowledge. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. And if there is something that I can assure you, this is one thing that I can be very sure of, that you joining this program, I can promise you that you would have the liberty of enjoying these and many more of our provisions to direct you in the path of your expectation and leading you to becoming a change maker and an impact leader in your community. That being said, I want to believe that for all of you, you should have received a program document alongside with your acceptance letter in your email, and there are some basic housekeeping rules in that program guide that would help you navigate successfully this program. So that being said, because I know that there are still some of us that may need further clarity, that is why I'll be calling on the regional coordinator of AIIDEV Africa now, who is Mr. Emmanuel Olaolowoyo, to come on board to give you, the proper, all the information that you need to successfully navigate through this program. So, Mr. Emmanuel, you're welcome, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mariwa. Thank you for that update. So quickly, I'm just going to be sharing my screen right away as I've been instructed to, in line to the Teach4SDGs program. And I want to say a big congratulations to every educators that are on this call this evening. Talking about the Teach4SDGs program, this is a very unique program which there are a lot of educators that are benefited from. One thing which we see is when it comes to the aspect of education, when it comes to the aspect of making impact at the grassroots level, even across board on the top, maybe within the level of governance, teachers, they are the apex level, they are the real change maker. I mean, they are the real hero towards achieving this. We sincerely appreciate what each and every educators are doing in their respective schools. To achieve sustainable development, we believe that educators are the catalysts. They are the real catalysts for this change. So whereby you can get to build, provide a very good understanding of the SDGs in the heart of your students, and whereby we can get to transform values, knowledge, which is going to guide our future leaders. We don't want to have leaders who are not going to have the right set of values and morals and standards. But to appreciate the good works of every teachers, we sincerely say a big thank you to what you've been doing. And also, we feel very important because when it comes to the aspect of sustainable development, it's one thing which defines us across different countries, across different continents, and across whichever region or ethnic group which you belong to. And when it comes to achieving sustainable future, there is a urgent need for us to educate this younger generation, whereby we can promote civic education. We can promote morals and values within this younger generation. And when you look at this program has been designed into a 12-week series program whereby you get to learn as an educator, have an in-depth understanding of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and whereby you have the right skills, you have the right resources, whereby you can use to teach the students. So I know someone might be asking that, are you going to give those resources to us? Yes, you are going to provide. Definitely at every phase 2, when you have your SDG activation project, you get to provide SDG activation toolkits. And these are videos, these are different form of instructional materials whereby you can even get to teach the students seamlessly, and you don't need to disturb yourself or be distracted on anything. So talking about the aspect of sustainable, talking about the aspect of Teach4SDGs, it's basically into 3 major components, and the very first component has to do with the teachers training. I will just go straight to the timeline of this program, and I believe we all have access to this document. So if you've not downloaded this document, I think maybe I should just ask each and every one of us on this call to say yes, yes. I want to see your yes. If you've downloaded this document, I want to see our comments. If you've downloaded the document, just type yes in the comment section. Just type yes in the comment section. If you've downloaded and studied this document, which I'm sharing right now. Okay. I want to see. I'm waiting to see more comment. Because everything we need regarding this program, I can see AIIDEV. Okay, I can see a lot of yes now, a lot of people saying yes. And if you've not downloaded, you know yourself. Definitely you know yourself. And it's very important. Let's endeavor to download this document. It's something that will help us. It's something that will provide a detailed information regarding the program. And talking about the program structure, thank you very much. So glad to see our mother in person of Professor Ngozi Odiaka on the call. Thank you. We celebrate and appreciate your presence in our midst this evening. Talking about the program structure, I will quickly talk briefly about it because it's very important. The very first part is the workshop series, which is supposed to commence. It's going to commence next week officially, but we'll just have a brief part of it. And this cut across various aspects of education for sustainable development, circular economy, getting to know more about projects, getting to know more about how we can integrate SDGs into our teaching practices, and beyond saying curriculum development and all those are things you also learn when it comes to education for sustainable development. And we have different resource persons that are going to be coming on board to share more light, to throw more light on this. And we want to acknowledge each and everyone to please ensure you give this your maximum attention. I don't want to, you must not be far missing when it comes to this series. So we have this workshop series, and at the end of it all, we are going to have our post-workshop assessment. That's 31st of May. And we move to the SDG activation and evaluation. So what is the SDG activation and evaluation? The same way we teach our students maths, the same way we teach them art or different subjects, we also require to introduce the SDGs to them. So I remember there are some of my teachers those days, and when they get to class, there are things they start their lectures with. They don't start with the real subjects. They just start with some moral principles, some moral teachings, and these are part of things that made each and everyone, even the educators that are on this, or even the professors, even the presidents that we have, even everybody across doctors, lawyers, and every professionals we have out there. So it's one thing which we find very important, that also, as you have learned about the SDGs, you also have to make that impact in the life of these students. And hopefully we hope that there's also going to be a learner competition, which is going to be amongst your students. And definitely for this cohort, we hope that we're going to have that, and there will be a prize to it. And at the end of it all, we are all expected to submit a report to the SDG activation activity we carry out in our school. And each and every one are going to be evaluated for their SDG activation and notification of successful ambassadors. I can't count the number of countries and number of schools we've covered across across Africa. But beyond that, we still have a whole long way to go. We have a long way to go. To say that we've trained over 5,000 or 6,000 teachers across African countries, we still want to do over 10,000 within next year. Within 2025. And 2030 agenda is just few years from now. And the question I will always ask is, what are you doing to accelerate the 2030 agenda? I don't think I have to say anything regarding the charge. I always call her mother, and she's a professor, and she's very vast, and you are going to enjoy every word she's going to say this evening. And please take it and make good use of it. And talking about, there are ethics and regulation regarding this program. And for this program, we are not going to be having a WhatsApp community for now, but later we are going to have a WhatsApp community for you. And what are the benefits? What are the expected outcomes for this program? Definitely one of the things which we form that has every teachers out there that are certified SDG ambassadors in their respective communities and schools, they've been able to upskill, they've been able to improve, they have an improved knowledge when it comes to SDGs. I was having a discussion with someone this afternoon. I told him to follow up with the director in the ministry regarding an SDG project, and the director was asking him that is SDG different from MDGs? This is a director in a ministry, and to see the level of work that we still need to do as teachers. So the younger ones that are within our closet, it's very, very important for us to ensure that we make good impact. And another thing which I quickly want to say regarding this program, I hope you can still hear me, Mayowa.
Yes, you are on, sir.
Okay, another thing which I want to say regarding this program, which is always a great benefit for each and every educator, is you have a greater opportunity to collaborate and to get to have a very vast opportunity with teachers across the continent. And I have seen a whole lot of opportunity whereby teachers share maybe job opportunity, they share grant opportunity with each other on the teachers group. And I said, wow, amazing. These are things we are looking forward to. And now we have a robust network of teachers community, and I really look forward to each and every one that are going to end successfully well on this program. And we believe that at the end of this program, it's going to be a great, you are going to count a whole lot of blessing, a whole lot of benefits, and it's going to be a great value for your time. So please, most importantly, I'm just concerned about this timeline, because I need each and everyone to pay rapt attention and ensure that you take note of these dates. For our trainings are going to be evenings, on Friday evenings. That's 5 p.m. GMT +1. And that GMT +1 means that's maybe for people that are joining from Kenya, it's going to be 7 p.m. your time, and there are some people that it's going to be 8 p.m. their time. So please, note the time zone, note your time zone, and work with your time zone. I know some people will be missing this session due to their time zone. So please note your time zone, and maybe after this call, or after Professor Odiakama have concluded their presentation, I will come back and take questions and answer. Once again, I want to say congratulations to each and every educators that successfully made it into this Cohort 4 of the Teach4SDGs program. Thank you. I remain Emmanuel Olaoluyo. Okay, I think right now I will just bring on board Professor Diaka. She's going to be giving us a keynote speech and goodwill message. Over to you, Prof.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, and I want to apologize very sincerely concerning the network that I have. Two networks, and they were not giving me what I wanted. Thank you for accepting my apologies. Good evening to every one of us. Good morning, wherever we are. It's greetings from Benue State in Nigeria. Yeah, thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you, Leadership of Advanced Initiative for International Development. And congratulations to those who are here with us for the Cohort 4 of the Teach4SDGs program. On behalf of the Sustainable Development Solution Network Nigeria, we want to congratulate you again and again for this great opportunity and thank the Teach4SDG program leaders. We are grateful and giving me this great opportunity to be with you. I want to say big thank you. Now, I want to believe that you have heard so much from Emmanuel and what he has said to you, and I know he must have made clear the aim of this program. I'm a teacher, and I know that it's so passionate to my heart because it empowers me and other teachers with the resources we need to actually educate students about achieving a sustainable future, which is a global issue for now. Now I'm going to share with us a little bit on what I've heard or seen or done as the perspectives of the significance of SDG-based education. Now, if you look deeply into this course that you are going to go on for some weeks, it's actually base education, which refers to educational practices and curricula that are already aligned with the sustainable development goals. And this will actually adopt 15. And it was done as a universal call to action to end so many of the issues that are facing the nation: poverty, protecting the planet, and ensuring that all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. We are praying so and believing it to work out for us. We also know, based on what we have here now, that we have 17 SDGs, which cover a broad range of social, economic, and even environmental objectives. So the significance of the SDG-based education is multifaceted. And I know that we have heard so much on that. And this includes some of the issues I'm going to raise for us now. Number one is awareness. So the SDG-based education actually helps to raise awareness among students about global challenges that we have raised initially, interconnectedness of these issues and the impact they have on our world. And of course, it gives them a better understanding also. And I want to believe that as you go through the training and as you finish up, you will have a better understanding of what the education, the SDG education-based education is. And you also will now help to create that awareness that we all will have a better and enjoy peace even in our nations. Now, secondly, I also want to believe very sincerely that it also helps in the issue of empowerment. And why I'm saying this is because by educating students about SDGs, we kind of empower them to become very active agents of change, which I believe we are going to become very soon. They can also learn how their actions can contribute to achieving these goals and how they can advance for sustainable practices within their community and, of course, to a large extent, to their nations. Again, with SDG-based education, there is this critical thinking that comes from students. They have a way of helping them to bring out what they have and what they can offer to their nation. So it kind of encourages this critical thinking, and also as they are having this thought, it brings about problem-solving skills. You're going to have a lot of practical, I'm sure, or projects that you're going to handle. You're going to think out and you're going to bring out solutions to what I discover that students learn how to analyze complex global issues and how to consider different perspectives and even develop innovative solutions to real-world problems. And I think it's high time we began to deal with issues that will help us, as it also helps in global citizenship. I say that because the SDG-based education promotes the concept of global citizenship, where students recognize their responsibilities not only on their local communities, but also to the global community. And from what I heard when we were being introduced, I heard people from different countries are also part of us here. And I congratulate you for coming in. Now, apart from the fact that we have global citizenship, it also helps for sustainability. So integrating the SDGs into education will definitely ensure that sustainability becomes a core value in the learning process. You are teachers and you understand what we're saying. So students learn to appreciate the importance of sustainable development and how to live in a way that conserves resources for future generations. And I bet you, by the time you go through all the training, you will be the one agitating, for these resources for the future and even for the now. Now we also look at the interdisciplinary learning, which goes with the SDG-based education. It kind of covers a wide range of topics that allows for interdisciplinary learning. And because you are here, you discover that you will know much more than someone who has not even gone into it at all. So the SDGs will definitely cover so many topics. And in this course, it's going to cover a lot of courses and expose you to some things you never even thought of, you never even considered, which will trigger your thinking and bring about a solution to the problems that we have globally or probably in our nations or in our communities. And I hope we're ready to make that change. Now, another thing I want to talk about very briefly is the inclusivity and equity that SDG-based education brings about. It kind of emphasizes and oftentimes emphasizes inclusivity and equity, ensuring that all students, regardless of their background, have access to quality education and the opportunity to contribute to sustainable development. one of the slogans that we have in UNSDSN is don't leave anyone behind. So everyone has to be carried along. With this also, and with the exposure that we're going to have, we're going to know a little bit about policy alignment. And what do I mean by that? By aligning education with the SDGs, educational institutions can support national and international policy objectives, and of course, contributing to the collective efforts to meet these ambitious goals. What about the future readiness that this education brings? As the world is increasing, prioritizing sustainability is also in the goal. And students with an understanding of the SDGs will be better prepared for the jobs of the future. I mean, that's certain, that's clear. Many of which, of course, will require knowledge of sustainable practices and the ability to innovate within this framework. The issue of resilience, which many of us also probably may have read, is to educate so that we can incorporate the SDGs and help to build real resilience in communities. And the only way we can do it is by teaching students how to adapt to probably the effects of challenges like the climate change, and how to also bring about know about resource scarcity. Believing that as you are being taught, as you get to know what education, SDG-based education really means, you are being equipped to be in the position to bring about real resilience. And I hope we are ready to do that. That at the end of it all, when we are through with the SDG-based education, which is really a significant issue, you will be well equipped, with the knowledge that you would have gotten, the skills that you would have gotten, even the values that you must have gotten, and of course, attitudes that are necessary to contribute to a more sustainable world. Somehow, I believe it's going to prepare each and every one of you to face directly the challenges of the 21st century and to make action for the betterment of the society and the environment. I want to let us know that it has been a big motivation for someone like me to know that SDG-based education can really be understood through various theoretical lenses that explain why individuals and societies are actually driven to engage with and also prioritize the sustainable development goals in educational context. And there are so many things that make me feel great about it. One is the fact that the SDG-based education can foster this intrinsic motivation by allowing learning with students' personal values and interests. And when I sorry, I'm getting phone calls are coming in, so I have to be stopping them. Sorry for that interruption. So when you get that, you discover that students quickly recognize the importance of sustainable development. I know many of my students I have spoken to, and initially they are really not there to do what you want them to do. But when they get a better understanding, you see them moving on, and they'll be the one, to pull other students along to doing the right thing. For example, you just have someone who decides to make sure that the environment where he is just clean. And a copper came to the university and decided to buy these dustbins and hang them all over the department. Now, students don't throw things anyhow. They make up their minds to put any trash in the trash bag. And I think that is one of the things that, these things can help us, can help to bring about. And of course, the self-determination also, it also helps us to be self-determined to move along with what we have. So I have to just move forward. Now, we are also believing that as we go through this learning, this training, as we get ourselves exposed, to the different lectures that we're going to have, and even the practicals that we're going to have, definitely you will see yourself being motivated to do the best that you can. A lot of students, some of those who have finished before, can give you testimonies and stories of what they have done and how they have been able, to help not only the community, but their state at large, and even Nigeria at large. I mean, I think that's a wonderful one. So these issues can actually inspire us, and I want each and every one of us to make up our minds. It's something that you just have to make up your mind to do. No one is forcing you to do it, but you should be ready to do it. When you start, you will see people coming around you. You will see yourself being able to achieve a lot. But the important thing is for you to start first. Make up your mind to be the change maker. Make up your mind to even when it seems Hello, are you hearing me there?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
I'm sorry, the network just went off again. So I think I just stop here so that if there are questions, we now answer the questions. Thank you very much, and thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, Prof. We sincerely appreciate your presence this evening. We appreciate this great goodwill message and motivation you've provided for every educator that is on this call. And I can see a lot of comments. I can see a lot of comments from each and everyone. Yeah, education is the doorstep of every African child and now working towards substantial impact. And I can see that coming from our parallel teaching profession is the largest employer of labor. And there is another good comment which I read here, and I felt so much grateful about it. Learning is a journey, and different learners on this course may be at different levels. Thank you for this initiative. Okay, and so many comments. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much for this great motivation, and we sincerely appreciate your presence this evening. Dear educators, we are coming to the conclusion of this opening ceremony, and we will start by saying thank you, Professor. Thank you for taking your time to. Thank you, Professor Ngozi, for taking your time to attend this event this evening. We sincerely appreciate you, ma'am, and we look forward to your timely support. And yeah, I know you're always there for us to thank you for all you do. And I would just say to each and every educators that please, let's make due use of this platform. I mean, this program. I know that if you are going out to go and enroll on this course, you are going to pay in 6 digits. You are going to pay everything for it. But these are what the organization have put in place as a free program, and it's going to be intensive. And also, which I didn't say earlier, we are going to be having some self-paced courses from UNESCO, from SDG Academy, different platforms, that can help our teaching practices and help us to deliver well, as a 21st century educator. So not like the old way or traditional way of teaching. There are new things, there are ways you can teach your students and easily they understand what you are teaching them. And these are things you are going to be exposed to in this program. And right about now, we are coming to a very final conclusion of this program. And the next session is going to be next week, Friday, 5 p.m. Please ensure you keep to the time and save the date. Try as much as possible to block that in your schedule. And that is going to span all through the Fridays in the month of May. And a very deep appreciation to every project team that are on the call. Thank you for the seamless work you are doing at the back end and also in the studio here. We appreciate all you do. My name is Emmanuel, and we want to say enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. So I promised to take questions the other time. I think what will just make it easier for us to take your question is an Ask Me form is going to be shared with you, and we'll be able to respond to each and every of your questions. So please, on the Ask Me form, just drop whatever your question is going to be. And also connect with us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, and across our social media platform. And someone that was asking, we shall need Prof's message forwarded to us. So the message is on YouTube. So for everyone on this YouTube session, you need to do something before you leave. Just click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe. I can see we have a lot of people on the call now. Click the subscribe button so that you can easily see more of our video content, and the session is always there for you to rewatch over and over again. And the link will always be provided every week ahead of time. You have the link for your session. We look forward to our next meeting next week, Friday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Bye for now.